Hays County officials say they plan to post the evidence technician job this week in hopes to help people begin reuniting with their long-lost treasures. In Hays County, I'm Chandler Thornton, KXAN News. The swimming platform is a popular hangout spot for people on the boat, but the real danger is what they're breathing from underneath, which is what led Larry to create this device. Hays CISD says band practice begins August 3rd, but instead of learning Dixie, they'll be learning On Wisconsin, the school's original fight song. And a recent flight from Taiwan to LA arrived a little later than expected when a woman's water broke mid-flight. That's right, guys. As we said earlier, University of Missouri is in uproar when an anonymous death threat targeting minority students was posted on Yik Yak, a social media app used mostly by college students. And another Quinnipiac student was in the limelight earlier this week when she appeared on Good Morning America to talk about her weight loss journey. And transit riders are in luck for future commutes. An agreement has just been reached to build 2 new rail tunnels under the Hudson River. You won't be hearing this Dixie fight song at the next Hays High School football game. Principal David Pierce says they're getting rid of Dixie because of its Confederate ties.
Dixie has become associated with some negative symbols, and our goal is to disassociate, to divorce ourselves from those negative symbols.
Hays CISD says band practice begins August 3rd, but instead of learning Dixie, they'll be learning On Wisconsin, the school's original fight song. But some community members are wondering why they didn't have more of a say.
They didn't give alumni or the city a chance to really voice their opinion on it or how they felt. They just did it.
Sarah Bradley's husband and friends went to Hays High School.
They're all pretty upset about it because they never took a racial connotation to it at all.
Many others agree, posting their opinions on the Hays Facebook page. But Tim Savoy, a spokesperson for the district, says it's the right thing to do.
If it were just numbers and a vote, keeping Dixie and keeping the fight song would win. But it's deeper than that. We have to look at what's the right thing to do moving forward to the next 50 years.
Dixie will now be buried alongside the Confederate flag, which the district banned back in 2000. Reporting from Kyle, I'm Chandler Thornton, KXAN News. Quinnipiac is having its very first mental health awareness event today on the quad. For graduate student Nikki Schultz, this event hits a little close to home.
I have been battling depression for a few years. I couldn't really pinpoint exactly when it started. It's not like something that you just wake up one day and you just have. It's something that festers inside of you for a while.
1 in 10 college students contemplate suicide, and suicide is the 3rd leading cause of death among people ages 15 to 24. Many young people don't reach out for professional help.
Unfortunately, a lot of mental illness has a lot of negative stigma around it.
Director of Health and Wellness at Quinnipiac hopes the event now known as Fresh Check Day will get rid of the negative stigma surrounding mental illness.
I think there is a stigma in the society, so I think events like this that are fun with music and sort of be able to bring your friends and non-threatening, not feel like people are staring at you, really brings out the awareness in a fun way.
Students are invited to come unwind, learn about suicide prevention, and enjoy free food and interactive tables. Schultz says awareness is crucial and ultimately helped turn her life around.
If we don't talk about it, how's anyone going to be aware about it? And how are they going to know how to deal with a friend or a relative?
Next week is Mental Illness Awareness Week, and students and faculty hope this event will kick off bringing awareness to mental health. I'm Chandler Thornton, QNN. It's several weeks after the flooding in Wimberley, but Linda Moore is still finding other people's washed up belongings.
We found coolers, we found little stools, a little bit of outdoor furniture.
Many others in the community are having the same problem, wondering how to find the owners of these items.
I have no idea who the owners are.
It's a little bit of everything.
Dustin New, a Wimberley native, is working through a Facebook page he created called Wimberley Lost and Found to help people with this issue.
I created the page and basically the community took it from there.
The page has helped many people reunite with their lost possessions.
It is just stuff, but it makes people feel better when they have some type of familiarity come back to them in a time of tragedy like that.
Hays County officials expect more items to be found as the water levels continue to drop along the Blanco River. On Tuesday, commissioners voted to hire a temporary evidence technician to sort through the lost property.
I think if you have a spot there where everything centralized is a great idea, and I think it's a good thing.
Hays County officials say they plan to post the evidence technician job this week in hopes to help people begin reuniting with their long-lost treasures. In Hays County, I'm Chandler Thornton, KXAN News. Lake levels are up and summer is here, which means people are finally pulling out the boats. But the recent drowning of 15-year-old Sarah Poole shows the potential danger of days on the water. Authorities say there were traces of carbon monoxide found in her body. They believe she breathed in the exhaust fumes from the boat without even knowing.
Anytime that you're around the back of a boat that with the engines running, there's the potential for lethal levels of carbon monoxide.
The swimming platform where Poole fell off can be the most dangerous part of the boat when used incorrectly.
No one should be here while the boat's moving forward.
For a passionate wake surfer like Larry Mann, the carbon monoxide problem needed a solution.
There really is a problem, and I wanted to continue wake surfing.
The swimming platform is a popular hangout spot for people on the boat, but the real danger is what they're breathing from underneath, which is what led Larry to create this device.
Fresh air exhaust. The prop wash from the propeller underneath pushes the exhaust behind the boat.
Mann hopes by pushing dangerous levels of carbon monoxide away from the boat, rare instances like the death of Sarah Poole can be avoided.
Fortunately, it doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's catastrophic.
For older boats without a catalytic converter, this device could save lives. In Spicewood, I'm Chandler Thornton, KXAN News. Hamden, Connecticut is celebrating the opening of not one, but 2 new police substations in less than a month.
Having substations in our neighborhoods, it just makes us stronger.
A study from the Journal of Experimental Criminology found that community policing is effective in reducing fear and increasing police legitimacy. The findings show community-oriented policing programs were effective in almost 80% of the cases, and citizens were almost 40% more likely to be satisfied with the work of the police. Hamden Police Officer Sergeant Diaz agrees with the findings.
Well, the great benefits is the relationships that the officers are going to build with the community members. You know, having a police presence out here is very vital and makes them feel more at home and safe.
The substations surround the Farmington Canal Trail, where Police Chief Thomas Widger says is the perfect launching point for bicycle patrols.
Area where we deploy our bicycle patrols during peak volume times, and having the substation here as a launching point for those patrols.
Widger believes the substation will be a positive presence in the community.
There perhaps is no greater way to demonstrate to our neighborhoods, to those we serve, our commitment when we place our flag in the ground at a substation, say we are here.
The substations will not only serve as a means of protection, but will also serve as a meeting point for scheduled encounters with the police who may not have means to travel to the main police facility. In Hamden, I'm Chandler Thornton, Q30 News. It's hard to believe peanuts and peanut allergies can result in sometimes fatal allergic reactions.
Some people are so allergic that even one molecule of a peanut that didn't quite get rinsed out of a machine could cause somebody a reaction.
But the CDC notes the number of children with peanut allergies is increasing dramatically. A 2010 study notes that from 1997 to 2008, the prevalence of peanut allergies increased from 0.4% to 1.4%. Time and Season nutritionist Linda Myers says this problem with food allergies in general lies in people's own intestines.
People's guts are just in really bad shape these days. You know, not enough good probiotics. The guts are in really bad shape, so you're more likely to have some of these problems.
School nurse at Shepherd Glen Elementary School notices a growing number in her students.
Growing up, we lived on peanut butter and jelly, and now we can't do that anymore. There's probably, in this school alone, there's about 330 children. There's about 30 peanut allergies, so that's a significant amount.
Schools take many precautions to ensure at-risk students are not exposed to any peanut products.
All the peanut allergies do sit at one table in the cafeteria. It's cleaned every class. When the children check in for their foods, it comes up right on the cash register, child has peanut allergy. So everybody is looking out for who has the allergy to really make sure that that child doesn't get exposed.
Doctors are working towards testing solutions such as immunotherapy to decrease the staggering number of allergies seen in children. Here in Hamden, I'm Chandler Thornton, QNN.